United States. More these United States 129 of 180. The best indie folk bands and artists 14 of 92. The best psych folk bands/artists. Natalie Maines. More Natalie Maines 600 of 739. The best singers of all time 159 of 172. The female singer you most wish you could sound like. Vic Chesnutt. More Vic Chesnutt 208 of 225. The greatest living rock songwriters 99 of 179. The best bands that are named after foods 53 of 114. The best musical artists from Georgia. The Watson Twins. Conor, Oberst and the Mystic Valley Band. And Bridwell. Cory Branan. Clem Snide. Dar Williams. Bobby Bear Jr. Howe Gelb. She and Him. Or She and Him 63 of 99. The best musical duos 8 of 47. The best bands fronted by famous actors 443. 1020. The worst bands and musicians of all time. Beachwood Sparks. More Beachwood Sparks 229 of 329. The best Americana bands and artists of all time 159 of 218. The best musical artists from California 62 of 118. The best psychedelic pop bands/artists. The Mastersons. Jesse Sykes. Kathleen Edwards. Or Kathleen Edwards 140 of 160. The top female country singers 284 of 292. The best folk bands/artists. Bellwether. Gloriana. Green River Ordinance. Will Oldham. Okkervil River. The R549. More VR 549 153 of 162. The best rockabilly bands and artists 13 of 61. The best western swing bands/artists. Maria McKee. More Maria McKee 420 of 602. The best female vocalists ever 135 of 180. The best country rock bands and artists 369 of 464. The greatest pop groups and artists of all time. The Decemberists. More The Decemberists. The best The Decemberists albums. Ranked 1523 of 1891. The greatest musical artists of all time 44 of 139 bands or artists with 5 great albums. Dawes. More Dawes 141 of 180. the best country rock bands and artists. 24 of 25, the best bands like the Lumineers. Shooter Jennings. The Civil Wars. Or the Civil Wars. 131 of 461, the best current pop groups / singers. 250 of 559, the most hipster bands. 21 of 180, the best indie folk bands and artists. Band of Horses. More Band of Horses, the best Band of Horses songs, the best Band of Horses albums, ranked. Jenny Louise. More Jenny Louise. 169 of 198, the greatest new female vocalists of the past 10 years. 198 of 213, the best current female singers. 171 of 543, the best indie bands and artists. Deer Tick. More Deer Tick. 48 of 77, the scariest animals in the world. 14 of 36, the best bands named after bugs. 25 of 40, the best bands named after desert animals. Lydia Loveless. Cowboy Junkies. More Cowboy Junkies. 274 of 294, the best pop artists of the 1980s. 109 of 151, the greatest chick rock bands ever. Patty Griffin. More Patty Griffin, the best Patty Griffin albums of all time. 130 of 139 bands or artists with 5 great albums. Alejandro Escovedo. Blue Rodeo. More Blue Rodeo. 853 of 1020, the worst bands and musicians of all time. 22 of 232, the best Canadian rock bands. Old Crow Medicine Show. More Old Crow Medicine Show. 162 of 254, the best bands with animal names. 6 of 61, the best bands named after birds. 58 of 329, the best Americana bands and artists of all time. The Avett Brothers. Emmylou Harris. More Emmylou Harris, the best Emmylou Harris albums of all time. 420 of 739. The best singers of all time. 55 of 602, the best female vocalists ever. Gillian Welch. More Gillian Welch, the best Gillian Welch albums of all time. 390 of 816, these poetic geniuses wrote your favorite songs of all time. Wilco. More Wilco. 648 of 1891, the greatest musical artists of all time. 666 of 1728, the best rock bands of all time. 250 of 279, the greatest American rock bands. Bryan Adams. Sturgill Simpson. More Sturgill Simpson. 143 of 186, the best male country singers of all time. 13 of 23, the best rappers and musicians on Joe Rogan. 8 of 103, the best musical artists from Kentucky. Old 97s. More old 97s, 211 of 215, the greatest classic country and western artists of all time, 23, 36, the best bands named after songs and albums. Steve Earle. More Steve Earle, the best Steve Earle albums of all time, 336 of 363 musicians who belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 217 of 291, the top country artists of all time. Drive by Truckers. Jason Isbell. More Jason Isbell, 511 of 603, the best rock vocalists, 354 of 541, the greatest live bands of all time, 5 of 26, the best folk artists of 2020. Uncle Tupelo. Son Volt. More Son Volt, the best Son Volt albums of all time, 25 of 110, the best musical artists from Minnesota. Jayhawks.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.